Hey guys, welcome back to Irish Acres. I'm Missy and my husband Joe's hiding in the corner here. Together we are homesteading on 5 acres in northern Idaho, but we're not living there yet. So we are renting a house while we build our shome, our shop home that hopefully we'll move into here in just a couple months. Today I'm gonna do something that I have been wanting to do for years and years and years, but I've always been just a little scared and I don't know why. I have made my own skincare and lotions and balms and lip balms and salves and all that kind of stuff for years, but I've never ventured into soap making. Because of my goat's milk, it's pushing me to make some goat's milk soap. So this is my first time today. Because I am the way that I am, I had to make up my own recipe. I've got some books and I've been learning and I've been watching YouTubes, and there is an app called Soap Calc. I'll put the link for that in the description of this video. I decided to just make up my own recipe using this Soap Calc app online. So I'm gonna point the camera down so that you can kind of see what I'm doing. The baby is asleep, so I am going to try my darndest to get this done as quickly as possible. So let's angle this down and you can see. You won't be able to see my face, but you'll be able to see what I'm doing here with my hands. All right, I have covered my surface here because of the lye, and I'm about to measure out the lye here in a second. Oh, right, sleeves down, sleeves down. I've already pre-measured some of this stuff just to try to make this as quick as possible. So I have all of my hard butters here, which sheep tallow, coconut oil, cocoa butter, and I have shea butter also, but I'm gonna let this melt first and then put in my shea butter, because shea butter melts at a lower melting point than the other solid oils, and when shea butter scorches, it's not awesome. So I'm gonna move this over to the stove on a double boiler and get it melting. Okay, while that melts, I've already pre-measured my liquid oils, which in this recipe is just olive oil and castor oil. My olive oil is a little cold, so it's kind of cloudy, but that will warm up as we go. And then I have my essential oils. This is vanilla essential oil and geranium souffle rose essential oil. I wish I had rose essential oil for this. I wanted to make a vanilla rose soap, but rose essential oil is so expensive that I'll show you what I did here in a second to get the rose scent in. So I'm gonna set that aside, and I'm gonna set that aside. I have my thermometer, my scale, my immersion blender. Here is my lye. So I'm gonna measure out my lye in this recipe. I need lye, I need 3.69 ounces. I'm making a small batch of soap this first time, just because I don't wanna fail in a large batch. So I'm looking at 3.69 ounces of lye. Set this aside for a minute. I made a really concentrated rose infusion and frozen goat's milk, 4 ounces. Now, from everything I've read online, I am standing back away from my lye a little bit. I'm not right under it. And I'm just gonna pour a teeny little bit on here, because I don't want anything to scorch. So this is a very bizarre process. Apparently I just keep stirring this until it starts to melt. I definitely have lye chunks in the bottom here. And the baby just woke up while I'm doing the dangerous part, which I should have known would happen. I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of this lye in. And I'm going to take it off the heat because I know this needs to cool down some before I add it together. So I'm gonna multitask here and mix in my shea butter while I am mixing my lye solution. You can hear the baby crying in the back. Sorry about that. So this is almost melted. There's still some chunks in here that I want to try to get totally melted, hopefully. Okay, so it's at 85 now. It's definitely heating up. Okay. Still way too hot at 122. And this is heated up to 91. So I want this to cool off. So I'm going to do a little quick cool trick. This ought to do it. I'll be right there, Sari. All right, this is at 95, this is at 90. So here comes the scary part, or the part that I don't feel confident in. Okay. Oh, that's helpful, Sarah. Set that there. I'm going to pour this in to my oil solution, straining it because I had a couple pieces of lye in there. I feel like I need to get the rest of that in here though. Okay. Give this a little mix, and then I'm going to start with the blender process. Now I do have my safety goggles on. I think we're almost there. I'm gonna go ahead and add in my essential oils. Every last drop counts because this vanilla essential oil is very expensive. That's about as thick as I want it, so I can get it in this mold. And then put my pretty rose petals on top. All right, get this poured in here. See if I did my measurements right. I may have like a weird little leftover amount here. There's no air bubbles. Oop, I got a little mess there. All right, pretty close to the top of my silicone mold here. Because I don't want to waste any, and I seem to have a little bit extra, I'm gonna pour it in this side. have some thin bars just for us to use. Mommy's almost done, buddy. Mommy's almost done. Swirls. These are not as easy as they seem, but yeah, that's cute. Then we'll do rose down the center. All right. I don't know about swirling the top of this one, but it's worth a shot. All right. My rose petals, which I should have had out, but didn't. I'm going to sprinkle some rose petals down the center of this, a little trickling to the edges. Just a nice little pretty topping. Because this one is made for our goat Rosie. I'm gonna make a bar for every one of my does, and this was Rosie's milk. She was the first one who gave me some milk, so here we go. Looks like it might have turned out. This is just gonna be some sort of weirdness, but this looks pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna cover this with parchment paper. Probably should let you see what I'm doing again. There we go. Like this. Hi, Sari. Tape the sides down. And then I'm just gonna put this plastic over the top of that. I'm gonna cover this with a towel and then I'm gonna let it cure in the garage for 48 hours and we will come back and cut it together. This is very exciting. Hey guys, it's 48 hours later. It is Saturday morning and I'm going to unveil my soap. So I haven't looked at it yet. I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera up high so that you can see down what I'm doing. Also, there's probably gonna be some kid noise in the background. Stand over here though so people can see you. Okay, we're unveiling the soap. There it is. And then our little kind of tester piece. So I guess I am going to take it out of the molds. Probably would be easier if I move this. And I realized, let me show you, I got this cutter tool and I realized I got the wrong thing. So I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna use this anyway. So I got this cutter tool, which is made to go like this and to slice the top off your soap to make the top flat. So that kind of sucks. I mean, I'm sure I'll use it eventually, but not for this soap. So what I'm gonna do is I made marks on here at 1 inch. So I'm gonna just slide my bar through here and use this as my guide for cutting since I have it and, oops, back a little bit more.
What are you gonna cut with?
I'll show you. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this out. Hopefully it's good enough to cut right now. It's been 48 hours. Roses are probably gonna fall off.
Where did you get the rose from?
It looks like it's hardening pretty good. I'm gonna set it on here.
I like it.
It'll whiten up more as it cures for the next 4 to 6 weeks. Ooh, it is a little soft. It is a little soft.
Seven prints.
Oops.
First time making soap, Mom.
First time making soap. Can't be perfect, even though I'd like it to be. I thought that my dehydrator mat would be good to use on my open shelving for air to circulate for curing this. So I'm just gonna line it up to my 1-inch mark here. And I'm gonna try it with this slicer, but it may not work, so I might end up having to use a knife. We'll see. Oops.
It goes in the edges.
I know, that's a little bit of trouble, huh? I'm just gonna have to try to do it as straight as I can.
You're doing pretty well. Just try.
Oops. Maybe a knife might work better. Let's try a knife on the second one. Think it's gonna work better, Loon? Probably.
If you're able to cut it with a knife, like it's straight enough.
Yeah.
Is it hard?
It is, actually. This is kind of a thick board. I think I didn't quite measure that right, but...
Wow. It's better than that. You got the wrong piece, though.
Hmm?
You got the wrong piece to make them soap.
I got the wrong piece?
Yeah, you know.
I am having some issues with... I'm having some rose petal issues with my rose petals on the top slicing.
Maybe you should dry the rose petals and put them on after.
Maybe I should just press them in a little more.
Or do it after.
Or do it after. Trying to keep these at about 1 inch. This is not the sharpest knife, and that could be part of the problem too.
Do you have a sharper knife? It's you wiggling it. It makes it like,
That's
oh, that's better.
It's a little better. Still having the rose petal issue. I think it's just going to be part of this soap's charm, is some rose petals. All right, so I got 2, 4, 6, 8 bars of soap out of that little mold. Okay, there we have it. I'm going to let these cure for 4 to 6 weeks. All right, guys. There they are. They're gonna cure.
No, you should show the best one.
They do smell good.
You should show the best one.
I smell the rose. I don't smell a lot of the vanilla, but we'll see how it ages. This was a really fun process for me. I'm definitely gonna play around with this more. I'm gonna make a few more batches, and I'll probably have 100 bars of soap that are cured here in the next month. This was the leftover that I put in the mold that I'm just gonna slice into like little tester bars. You can see the difference in the color between the smaller bars that cured more and the bigger bars that didn't. So I think the bigger bars will end up being this lighter color, which is really nice. Okay, that's that. Hey guys, it's Sunday. It's terrible lighting. You're in the laundry room with me. I put 31 eggs in the incubator, and we have 26 chicks. So that is a pretty dang good hatch rate, if I do say so myself. I really like these feeders when I'm brooding chicks because they are safe and they don't get hot spots like the lights do, so the chicks can really stay comfortable. They can choose to get out from under it, and it weans them off of the heat even sooner. I'm hearing the baby. It's just this kind of day. Thanks for joining me on my very first soap making adventure. I'm excited to see how this soap turns out. And it's very noisy here because Luna has a sleepover, so there's a couple friends here. And it's just, you know, a crazy family Sunday. We hope you'll join us again next week. Hit the subscribe button. Have a blessed week, and we will see you soon.
Let's do that.